And so what I want to do is do a review of how this challenge has been going, but also of how my channel's going. I wanted to take a different tack and try something a bit different and change the mood a little. I mean, this is something that's on my heart that I want to do, something I've put a lot of work into exploring, something I had to take a lot of courage to express to myself and accept that this is what I want to give a shot to. Like today's exercise is titled, what's it called? Let me have a check. It is called Spontaneous Thoughts. And it did say talk about a trending topic or something that's in the news. But I wanted to take a different tack and try something a bit different and change the mood a little. I've been doing a lot of these standing up here in the same spot, in the same setup, in the same room. I tried one early on sitting on a chair, but I wanted to get a little bit more comfortable and intimate and try sitting down and have a chat. And even though a couple of days ago we did a review of how these are going, seems like it's a fuzzy memory now. Every day is blurring into one. And so what I want to do is do a review of how this challenge has been going, but also of how my channel's going and what that's like, because that's been a journey. Pretty much, you could say it's been a journey of a year, or you could say it's been a journey since November last year, or you could say it's been a journey of the last couple of months. It is currently March. No, it's April. It's April in 2024. And so it's been quite a journey. Around August last year, I was working full time and a contract I had ran up and expired. And then by November, I was packed up, moved out of Sydney, and I've moved up to the Northern Rivers and exploring this process of creating content. And from November on to about now, I was working on building a course on Drupal for content managers. Drupal's what I'm trained in. It's what I do. It's what I have done as my career up until this point. And I'm a little over that. I'm really quite over that and trying to do something new and follow what my heart's calling me to do. I don't want to say passion and I don't want to say dreams. I don't think either of those words really quite carry what it is I'm going for. I mean, this is something that's on my heart that I want to do, something I've put a lot of work into exploring, something I had to take a lot of courage to express to myself and accept that this is what I want to give a shot to. And so here I am at the moment. I've been living on my own savings and they're running low. And I'm in the middle of trying to get this channel going. Now, I'm very well aware that it takes a long time. I've only just started and I'm throwing a lot of mud at the wall and I'm experimenting and I'm trying different things. I'm trying different formats. I've made a couple of videos that put the effort in, came up with concepts, came up with titles and thumbnails and scripts and sat down and planned them out and record them, and they didn't turn out how I expected, but they turned out pretty good. They didn't necessarily carry the same tone I imagined. I learnt a lot. I learnt a lot about production, about production, about editing, about planning, about structure, about what the recording process is like. I've learned a lot about lighting and how to get these lights set up properly. I'm still getting the hang of that and getting those right. I mean, this is still not the most professional looking setup, but it's a lot better than I started. I'd love to show you some videos of things that I started with, and at some point I will put a collage of those. I've kept some of those videos, especially from when I first started building that course. Because even when I was building the course, my idea was to start a YouTube channel, but I wanted to get the course out first because in my mind at the time, that was something that I could turn into monetization easily. And I knew it was a big risk and that it may not turn out that way. And that course is sitting there and there's no students on that at this point either. And at this stage, I'm looking for some casual employment to support me in this process and in this journey. I'm very, very dedicated to getting this channel, building a brand. I'm getting this going. I love doing this. I really do. I've never enjoyed something as much in my life. Now, it's not always easy. It's not like I sit here and I go, woohoo, I'm really excited. I want to get on camera today. It's work, but I on a foundational level, on a foundation key, I love doing it. I can't see myself doing anything else. I've never been committed to anything else as much as I'm committed to this in my life. And it's such an emotional roller coaster because we go 18 months ago, I stepped my first toe in the water into creating some content. And I just pulled out of nowhere this video that I'm very proud of. Basically, the premise of going and hunting for the best bacon and egg roll in Chatswood, and it's not what I had planned. It was just because I walked up the street one day and my regular place was closed and I had to find somewhere else to get a bacon and egg roll, and making YouTube videos was on my mind. So I whipped out my phone and I started filming outside the shops, and I filmed the shops as I walked into them. I filmed some B-roll. I came back, I sat with ChatGPT and helped that to come out with an outline for a video. I sat in an editor. I spent hours and nights, about 3 nights in a row, editing that until I was happy with it and put it up. And it was so good. I mean, it's not the greatest video in the world, don't get me wrong. It's humorous, it's funny, it's entertaining. Everybody I knew was telling me they liked it and they found it amusing. And it was better than what I'd expected to pull out as a first ever video. And so that humor, I made a couple of other videos that were semi-humorous too. But not at that same quality. And the videos I've been doing lately have been coming across quite serious, and this one is somewhat like that too. Even these things. So I'm trying lots of different things and trying to find my feet because I don't quite know exactly what it is I want to deliver just yet. And I think I'm coming up with generally just a vlogging sense. I've got a lot that I want to share. I've spoken about natural success a fair bit in my last few videos. Not necessarily naming it, and referring to a book called The Magician's Way, which changed my life and set me on this path in the first place. I have to put some kudos out to that. It is such a big part of where my life is and how I've structured it in order to do this and set myself on this path. So I can't ignore that book. It's quite amazing. But I just wanted to really share today, get personal and come out and see where my journey is, because I'm looking for casual work, not in IT. I mean, I've got an opportunity that I might be able to get some casual work in IT coming through, but I don't want to spend the time. I want to do this. I spend most of my time working on content now as it is. If I'm not editing, I'm planning, writing scripts, planning things, going through that editing process. I record one of these for 10 minutes every day. I process that, stick that up on YouTube. So I've got a series of videos on this channel that are just me speaking to the camera every day, going through an exercise. I don't even know if they're entertaining. Go and check them out and you tell me. Like, that's some of them would be good, some of them would be boring. I'm not doing a lot of packaging on them. I'm just ripping them up raw. I've edited some of them. But I don't have time to spend editing those, because my intention is, once I've got them all edited out, once I've got them collected, I'm doing a 30-day challenge. So I'm going to have 30 of these videos. I'll go through and get snippets of them in a collage. And there's not a lot of footage from externally. I mean, it might be something I need to start working on more, because I'm doing it by myself. I don't have a third person to get a camera. I do have cameras I can use. So, yeah, this is where I've come from. I think it would be interesting to go back and look over the past 16 days. This is day 16 today, and see where I've come from when I first did it to where I am now, presenting this way. I'm trying to play with my vocal tones. Some of my videos I'm presenting with a fair bit of energy. This one I'm trying to keep that lower and keep the energy lower and just try out a few different formats. And look, if you're watching this, please pop down in the comments. I know everybody says that. It'd really benefit this channel a lot and help you guide where this channel goes. If you put in your comments, tell me what you think of this. If you got this far into this video, please pop in the comments and tell me you did, and tell me what you think, and tell me how you think I've improved and what else you'd like to see from me, what else you'd like to know, and what other formats. I'd love to hear your feedback. So if you're watching this at whatever time and you're here, pop a link in the comments for me, would you? I'd appreciate that. I am looking forward to doing more of these. It's hard to envision what's going to happen at the end of 30 days. I'm basically on the halfway mark now. So I think I'm a lot more comfortable and confident in front of this camera, making less mistakes, remembering to do things like turn my lights on. Not all of them. I've left a couple off today. See, these are mistakes that happen. I've got this mic here now, which I know how to use with my computer. I've worked that out. I'm getting the hang of it. It's starting to become routine. So this should improve a lot. I'm currently working on a video at the moment to document it's a similar vein to this, to document my setting up a YouTube channel. There's a few people doing YouTube changed my life videos, and people with very low subscriber counts and getting videos that hit on that. So I'm interested to try and do that. Another video idea for mine is on the topic of any idea is better than nothing. And so I'm taking that to my heart as a bit of a perfectionism counter, as well as any idea is better than nothing. And so no need to get my ideation perfect at this stage. We're new, we're beginning, we're starting. Anything's good, anything's great, anything's better than nothing. Content is content, and it'll only get better. So that's my philosophy to this. Just keep trying, keep going, persist, persist, persist. I'm dedicated. I'm looking forward to doing more of these. And hopefully when I got some casual work using up my time, it doesn't take up too much energy and deviate from this too much, because the reason I'm getting the work is to support this, and I need to keep that in mind. One of the jobs I'm going for, just on a handy, is as a trivia night host. Now, there's 1 gig a week for, it's not a lot of money, but it's income, isn't it? And so that's one of them. So I've got to make some decisions coming up soon, because I've got a few different interviews, and see if I want to take 2 different casual jobs, because if one of them's occasional, and I've got possibly through my Drupal expertise, there may be some work coming through the pipeline sporadically for that too. And that'd be good to see. And I don't really want to go commit too much to something that I might want to drop down the track. And because I'm getting bits and pieces coming through to support this, that'd be great. But stability is good, and I'm looking forward to the future to see what's coming. So thanks for being with me through this, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Cheers.